What is up, guys? So Genshin Impact is now having a rerun of its anniversary crisis. If you're like on Twitter or on anywhere on the internet that has Genshin in it, you already know that people are big mad about the absurdly low rewards in the next patch. They say it amounts to like around 60 pulls, and then they're also like dropping really popular characters like Lohan. There's also Nicole, Malvika, and all that. And we only get 60 pulls. So low pulls, cool characters equals riot. Equals no more Mr. Nice Guy from the Genshin fandom. Google Classroom is also being invaded by review bombers as well. We are all review bombing Google Classroom to ask them to fix Genshin rewards. Once again, we even brought back this funny meme of this Genshin dev saying Genshin Impact doesn't want to make money, they're too generous. This tweet kind of summarized my thoughts too. Genshin is genuinely in such a bad state right now. No map expansions, power creep, extremely low rewards, boring events, no quality of life updates. Genuinely sad to see the game in the state. Someone who loves Genshin. Only saving grace is the story, who has been good so far. I have not been able to clear any of the Stingian Onslaught stuff, so they definitely did like buff up the end game, but the main backlash reason is the terrible rewards. No pulls at all. That has kind of pushed me to be playing other gacha games like new ones like NTE, Enfield, even HSR and Wuthering Waves has given me more reasons to play them other than Genshin. Even a lot of like Genshin content creators who have stayed with the game for a long time are speaking up about it. A lot of them aren't too happy about it. Also, one reason for all this is that Lohan is becoming a non-standard unit. A lot of people like had a theory that Lohan was going to be joining the standard character pool, but I think Lohan got really popular and they decided not to. They decided that farming money is the way to go. So that's happening. There's also this one very funny reply that got really viral, and it's really funny. So over here they say Lohan is not going standard pools. And then this person says, by Marco, they said, do they genuinely think it's okay to release 2 limited characters in a batch with 60 polls? And then this reply with like 1 million views right now. They said it's a gacha game, not a charity. 60 polls is more than we deserve for an update this big. And they got like 200 likes. Well, they actually have like 222 likes. That's really cool. I'll give this guy credit. Bibito-san 7, Kazuma Sato. This might be rage bait, but he's being fried in all the replies comment section. Yeah, I don't think it's that bad. This guy is probably just rage baiting, or either they're just a really young person who just really likes Genshin. I don't think we should hate this person that much for it, but they are fighting everyone in the replies right now. But back to what I want to say is that Genshin is now being cooked for having no rewards. There's a reason why people are a lot more sensitive to pull income rewards nowadays. And that is when you zoom out of Genshin, is that there is a lot more gacha games now to play. There's new games in 2026 like NTE, Enfield. There's also other more, well, not as new, but like still very popular games like Star Rail, Wuthering Waves, Zenless Zone Zero. All of these seems to be more relevant and more trendy than Genshin nowadays. Genshin did kind of went silence after their latest Archon quest, which was like a long time ago, a few months ago. But now that Genshin is dropping the not Snesnaya yet. I think right now it's a Sumeru continue quest. They're starting to come back. And in this current climate, most players do expect more now. We expect more than the bare minimum. Definitely more than 60 pulls. You can see from NTE dropping like 400 pulls for their launch. Enfield dropping a monthly pass that's free for everyone. Rewards flying from the sky everywhere. Wuthering Waves anniversary got big rewards. HSR got crazy character marketing and big rewards. Zenless Zone Zero. I haven't played that game that much recently, but I think it's okay too. Zenless Zone Zero is getting a lot of hate too, so it's not doing too good as well. But they did perform really well at least in Japan when the new character dropped. The only advantage that Genshin has is its legacy, its characters, its stories are at least a tier above their competitors. But the low rewards is really testing it. It's really testing the players' patience and temper. We are getting backlash from everywhere, from every single Genshin player ever, except for that one reply tweet that got like 1 million views. But that goes to show that the players now have evolved to want more rewards. And I think this is a good thing. Potentially in the future, Genshin might drop like a like a PR response and like give more rewards soon. So that's one good hope. Gacha games, before that, I'm sure Genshin had like even worse patches with like even lower rewards. But now today is different. Today in 2026, in the 21st century, in the human civilization post World War II world order era is a lot different. Today we have a hyper competitive market. It's no longer just Hoyoverse, just a Genshin, just Honkai Star Rail, Wuthering Waves. Now we got Zenless, we got Enfield, we got NTE, we got all the other Among Us, Stardive, FGO, Uma Musume, all the other like non-open world games. Some games that are about to die that are EOS. There's Duet Night Abyss if you're still playing that. People now compare pity system, pull income, weapon banner system, dupe requirements. How good are the dupes? Enfield is not really, doesn't matter that much. NTE might matter a bit more. Event rewards, anniversary rewards. I can't believe we're not even at Genshin anniversary yet. It's in like September. Anniversary might be like in the next patch, I think. Login campaigns, the return on investment. Players today are probably like playing like 2 or 5 gacha simultaneously. We might be having a lot of people like two who opens their stream and they're playing like 10 gacha games at the same time. That's the target audience now. And I will say, it seems that generosity is becoming like a marketing weapon now in this like modern age of gacha war. That's such a funny word to say. Gacha war. We're in the second great gacha war right now. Especially with NTE and HSR, they have a lot of like selectors. NTE has like 2 standard selectors at launch. Wuthering Waves also had like standard selectors at launch. I don't know if it was 1 or 2. HSR keeps giving like selector where you can even choose like some limited characters like Sparkle, Ron May, even some like tokens where you can get like Robin or Huo Huo. Even though those are probably not the most meta characters, the characters are not good anymore when they add like Topaz into the token store. But they are more generous, like way more generous than like Genshin, who I don't think we haven't gotten like a selector with like limited units. Because Genshin has like a lot of units, they give like the Chronicle banner to rerun them, to like rerun all of them together, like the Sumeru rerun, Liyue reruns, and that banner system is complete garbage. The 50-50 like carries over, but like when you like guarantee and then you don't like get your guarantee, the guarantee is gone. It's kind of like Enfield banner. So Chronicle banner is just pain. I think recently they had like a Fontaine Chronicle banner, and I like Fontaine characters, but I did get most of the Fontaine characters that I already like, and I don't think anyone rolled on the Fontaine Chronicle banner. Most of the Fontaine characters are kind of like main DPS that got power crap already. Even though I like Lenny, I like Navia, I think Genshin really needs to just give the selector instead of Chronicle banner. No one cares about Chronicle banner anymore. It makes things even worse. And as you can see, gacha games system is like changing in like modern ways. They're not like just copying Genshin Hoyoverse style anymore. You can see from like Wuthering Waves, they started off by like just like giving like a 10 pull discount, right? In Wuthering Waves, it's like 80 pulls instead of 90. It's almost the same with the 50-50 and all that. And then you see from like Enfield, which is like, it's 120 for the guaranteed compared to like 180 from Genshin Hoyoverse. But the guarantee doesn't carry over, only the 50-50. So it is like hated, but like I would say more free-to-play friendly than Hoyoverse in the long run if you can plan, if you have patience, if you have tolerance to not pull. And now with the latest one, NTE, which is just the exact same as like Hoyoverse, like 160 per pull and like all the way to like 90. It's just that they have no 50-50s anymore. It's just guaranteed all the time. Imagine if Genshin or Honkai Star Rail had just no 50-50s and guaranteed every single banner. That would be a dream come true. Now I did remember that Genshin had like an update where like you don't lose 50-50 that much anymore. Like when you lose 50-50, there's a chance of you just winning the 50-50 instead. But that triggers like once in a blue moon. I think I only like triggered that one time. Like the wishing animation, it will go from like gold and then it will like transform into like pink or something like that. I think Genshin needs to do that again. It needs to like just offer like the old characters up for sale. Like make it like free. Like you buy it with Mora. They should just let you buy like the 1.0 or 2.0 or 3.0. Buy like Inazuma or Liyue or Mondstadt characters at the store. They have no place in the meta anymore. So with this in mind, Genshin rewards wise is just like way worse compared to the other games. I think I've not played Genshin in like a weeks already. Even though like overall ranking, I think Genshin is still like an overall better gacha games than others. More recently, I'm more compelled to play like Star Rail, Wuthering Waves, EE, Enfield, and all that. Enfield is on like a downtime right now. It's on like a super long banner with not much to do. But key point is that stingy games like Genshin now risk a lot of like negative social media perception, a lot of doom posting, a lot of review bomb Genshin, boycott Genshin, sanction Genshin, throw Genshin into the toilet, and just bad retention, bad press overall. Even though we know that Genshin is definitely not going to die, it still has a lot of like, in like the mainstream normie space, it's still doing really well. Not every single person cares about it, but people are more chronically online nowadays, so people will definitely do care and will remember how terrible the rewards are in Genshin. Now, one key point is that Genshin was built before all these modern games came around with their super big rewards. Basically, Genshin rewards are being power crept by modern gacha game rewards. And now Genshin looks crazy outdated in this current modern day market. The Genshin team might not be ready for like the super big rewards just yet. It does make sense if you know supply and demand and market share. Newer games need to do big rewards and be more generous because they need growth. They need like new players to come in. Older gacha games rely on established player attachment, rely on their brand loyalty, and also just sunk cost fallacy from the players. Now, speaking of like the newer gacha games and their bigger rewards, are they really that generous? Let's be honest. It might be like bait or like a loss leader to like give you a bunch of pull currency, but maybe the game like has like faster power creep. There's a lot more banners, more crazier gear system. They have like cosmetic skins and stuff. I think power creep is also like an increasingly big issue in like a lot of modern gacha games. You know, it used to be that Genshin has like really good anti-power creep with their like beginner characters like Bennett, like Xingqiu, like Kazuha that last forever, and then Star Rail and all that was the games that like the characters just die after 2 patches. But now it seems like every game has some crazy power creep nowadays. I think Enfield, for like the 2 new games, I think Enfield and NTE don't have power creep yet. NTE is on its actual first version, so of course they won't have. But you know, we should watch out for it. You know, in modern day, they added the new endgame a while ago, Stingent Onslaught, and that endgame is not an endgame. That is the end. If you thought Spiral Abyss or Imaginative Theater was like hard, Stingent Onslaught, I recommend not playing it like at all. Just don't do that to yourself. So Genshin has both like power creep and like bad rewards, no income, no pull economy at the same time, resulting in a massive backlash. So that's all I have to say for like the current situation. So what are the future predictions that we can forecast? Well, first, I think Genshin is going to give a response like always, like just like last time. They're going to have, you know, some surprise rewards for you guys. You know, make you guys happy, give you guys a pacifier, give you guys a cookie. You know, maybe give a standard selector, or like maybe a full chronicle banner with like all the old characters. Maybe buff the old characters too again. Make a Kazuha functioning character again. Make a Nuvolet, Lenny, Navia, all the old DPS good again, hopefully. Maybe after everyone storm Genshin's headquarters, they'll offer us better rewards to fix this situation ASAP. To arrive at a peace treaty. That would be good. So let me know, are y'all still playing Genshin? Or are y'all being distracted by the other games? And are we gonna go back to Genshin if they maybe don't give real rewards? Let our characters like function again, and that'll be good. Let me know in the comments what y'all think, and I'll see y'all next time.